27th March 2026. Studio time is 8 p.m. and it is Everyone Deserves a Home radio program, powered by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, FMBN, under the able leadership of Mr. Shehu Usman Osidi, Managing Director and Chief Executive of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, FMBN. I am Jeremiah Amidu welcoming you. The program Everyone Deserves a Home comes your way Fridays at 8 p.m. with updates and developments as they unfold at the FMBN, as well as expert guide on affordable home ownership through innovative products and services of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Today on the program, we shall open as usual with FMBN on the news, which will then be followed by our exclusive interview corner. And later on the program, we shall treat you to Madam Cho Cho Cho. All these and many more shall come after the break. Please stay tuned.
What's happening here?
Ask your friend. The landlord just left here threatening fire and brimstone over rent.
Oh no. The Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria has put in place a process of assisting Nigerian workers to own their own houses without tears through the National Housing Fund mortgage loans.
Without tears?
Yes. All you need to do is register and contribute 2.5% of your salary to the National Housing Fund for 6 months if you're a salaried worker and 1 year if you're self-employed. Then you're qualified to apply for a mortgage loan.
Are you saying a self-employed person like me can obtain a mortgage loan from Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria to buy a house?
Absolutely. As a contributor, all you need to do is identify a property with relevant title documents and approach an accredited primary mortgage bank that will help you package the loan and submit to Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria.
Really?
Yes. Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria have estates they have financed all over the country, which interested contributors can key into.
Where are you going to?
We are going to a primary mortgage bank right away.
For more information, please visit our website www.fmbn.gov.ng. You can also visit any of our field offices nationwide or call 090-3633-2566. This message is from the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria.
My name is Shehu Usman Osidi, the Managing Director / Chief Executive, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Keep listening to Everyone Deserves a Home on radio and on TV on Thursdays at 8:05 p.m. on Saturdays at 7 p.m.
Welcome back to Everyone Deserves a Home radio broadcast, powered by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Now standing by with FMBN on the news is Amina Jibril. Hello, Amina.
Hi, Jeremiah. Good evening, dear listener, and a warm welcome to FMBN News. First, the headlines. FMBN targets 750 billion naira capital base to boost housing finance. Federal government moves to tackle rent crisis with new housing solutions. And FMBN achieves 70% housing delivery goals, retains 6% mortgage rate. And now the news in full. The Managing Director and Chief Executive of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, FMBN, Shehu Usman Osidi, has stated that the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria is aiming to strengthen its capital base to 750 billion naira as part of efforts to expand housing finance in the country. Osidi, who also revealed that the bank's current paid-up capital stands at about 2.56 billion naira, a level he described as inadequate to meaningfully tackle Nigeria's housing deficit, acknowledged that the bank remained grossly undercapitalized. He explained that engagements approved by the Federal Executive Council were ongoing with the Ministry of Finance, the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Ministry of Finance Incorporated, and the Bureau of Public Enterprises. Osidi expressed confidence that FMBN's recapitalization would ultimately deliver transformative results for both the bank and the broader housing sector. He also disclosed that one of the key milestones achieved in 2025 was the full deployment of the bank's core banking application. The Managing Director and Chief Executive said the new system, among other key initiatives put in place by the new management, has enhanced transaction processing, transparency, data integrity, and FMBN's turnaround time. The Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Architect Ahmed Musa Dangiwa, has disclosed that the federal government of Nigeria has intervened in the country's rent crisis with housing solutions focused on renters who now spend a significant part of their income on house rent. According to the minister, one of the housing solutions the government has come up with is the rent-to-own housing scheme that allows eligible Nigerians to move into homes while paying monthly installments towards eventual ownership. Dangiwa made the disclosure at a housing program in Abuja, explaining that the scheme will offer practical housing solutions for urban workers and young families grappling with rising rent and limited access to mortgages. He noted that the initiative would be implemented by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, FMBN, offering two critical support mechanisms, including an option for occupants to gradually own homes through monthly payment and a provision for flexible monthly installments to cover annual rent. The minister added that these initiatives support the broader Renewed Hope housing program, which includes large-scale Renewed Hope cities, state-level Renewed Hope estates, and social housing estates for low-income earners. And the Group Head Strategy and Performance of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, FMBN, Oladapo Fakeye, has revealed that FMBN achieved about 70% of its housing delivery goals in 2025, identifying inflation and the rising cost of building materials as major challenges. He made this known during an exclusive interview with Everyone Deserves a Home news correspondent in Abuja last week. He stressed that Nigeria requires a well-capitalized FMBN to effectively address the nation's housing deficit. Fakeye disclosed that the bank is targeting about 750 billion naira in its recapitalization drive, noting that achieving this goal would enhance its capacity to attract additional funding sources. Just as he further explained that increased capitalization would significantly boost the bank's ability to finance more housing projects nationwide, expand mortgage accessibility, and strengthen collaborations with both public and private sector stakeholders in the housing value chain. Speaking on the challenges for housing development in recent times, Fakeye noted that the bank has maintained its 6% interest rate to ensure affordability for Nigerians, adding that the FMBN has also adopted cost-saving measures by eliminating non-essential components in housing designs without compromising structural quality. He further stated that the bank is exploring innovative and cost-effective building solutions to sustain housing delivery and improve access to affordable homes. Fakeye also urged Nigerians to register with the National Housing Fund (NHF) to benefit from the bank's wide range of mortgage products. And that's it on the news update. I am Amina Jibril. Thank you for joining us. It's now back to you, Jomiah.
Thank you, Amina. Up next is our special interview segment, but that will come after this short break for a message from our sponsors. Please keep your dial locked on Everyone Deserves a Home broadcast. We will be right back.
Wetin dey happen for you?
Our landlord just waka comot for here and now with plenty kasala on top house rent matter. Me I don tire.
Wait, una see the parent? Una never hear say the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria don put for ground the National Housing Fund mortgage loan for workers dem to take get loan for their own house, and this loan e no get wahala o.
Loan without wahala ke. Impossible.
See you, e dey possible. Make you just register and contribute 2.5% of your salary to the National Housing Fund for 6 months if you dey collect salary, and 1 year if you dey work for yourself. You don qualify for the mortgage loan be that o.
You mean say me like this we get my own business, market woman and farmer dem fit get loan from Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria take buy house?
Bam! As you be contributor so na to just point your finger to the house when get correct paper, then alele to any primary mortgage bank when they accredit to help you package the loan and submit them to Federal Mortgage Bank. Sure, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria get estate for everywhere for we country. You when be contributor fit go see am with your korokoro eye and choose one. Point and kill.
For more tori, make you visit the website www.fmbn.gov.ng. You fit go to any of our offices nationwide or green
090-3633-2566.
Now Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria they bring on this story.
Thank you for staying with us on the program Everyone Deserves a Home, coming to you live from the network studios of Radio Nigeria. Are you ready to stop dreaming and start owning? Whether you're a trader in Kano or a professional in London, the National Housing Fund is built for you. Let's join Amina and the Group Head Strategy and Performance Management Group of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Oladapo Fakeye, to know more on how the FMBN is addressing Nigeria's housing deficit with its innovative housing products and services. Happy listening.
The board previously set an ambitious target of financing 100,000 housing units. With the recent overperformance in the fourth quarter of 2025, disbursing 48.4 billion naira, how close is the bank to hitting its cumulative 2026 target?
Thank you very much. So we have a national housing target of 100,000 units over a period of 5 years. We started some time ago. In terms of how well we are close to that, last year we delivered around 6,000 housing units. Previous year we delivered probably 7,000 units. So it's about a target of 20,000 per annum. But it's not only FMBN, it's FMBN and all other agencies of government, including the private sector as well, that are expected to contribute to this. So we've not been able to achieve 100%. Simply because the market dynamics are a bit challenging. We all know that the cost of building materials has significantly increased over the past couple of years. So that has been one of the drags. But irrespective of those challenges, we as an institution, we're doing our best. We continue on a yearly basis. Over the past 3 years, we've achieved something within the range of 70% of our own target as an institution. The ministry, other agencies of government in regards to housing are also doing their best as well. But as an institution, I think we're doing about 70% in terms of the housing units we are required to deliver. And I think that is quite impressive as an institution, despite the challenges that we are facing.
All right. There has been a long-standing push for 500 billion naira recapitalization, with some targets now eyeing 750 billion naira. How will this capital injection fundamentally change the FMBN's ability to serve Nigerian workers in both the formal and informal sector?
Thank you very much for that question. Probably to highlight the importance of capital for a bank. You must remember that Federal Mortgage Bank is also a bank. We recall that the Central Bank of Nigeria about 2 years ago mandated all commercial banks in the country and all other categories of banks to recapitalize. And that process is running off by the end of March 2026. And the whole point of it was that having financial institutions well capitalized increases their financial strength and empowers them or gives them the capacity to do bigger business and then to be financially resilient in case there are shocks. So for FMBN also, our target is, even without the Central Bank of Nigeria imposing a general recapitalization mandate, for some time, we have been thinking of that, of the necessity of being recapitalized as an institution. Our initial plan was 500 billion, but we're looking even beyond that, looking at 750 billion right now, currently, as our recapitalization target. And the whole purpose of it is, as a financial institution, we'll be stronger, we'll be more resilient as an institution, and more importantly, for our audience to know, is that the level of your capital as an institution also improves your ability to attract other sources of funding. So if FMBN is well capitalized, we can issue instruments, bonds on the capital market, for instance, that will even increase the capacity of funds that we have. So if tomorrow we can achieve our 750 billion capital, for instance, it will enable us to raise additional sources of funding of times 10 of the capital we have. So what that means is that with 750 billion, we have the capacity to raise a total of 7 trillion or more in terms of additional funding. So imagine an FMBN able to raise 7 trillion that will channel into affordable housing, for instance. The impact will be immense. That is why we continue to seek the support of our stakeholders, of Nigerians, that the recapitalization of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria is a project that we must all join hands and ensure that we achieve, because the ripple effect of that is that more Nigerians will have what we can deem affordable housing, more homes or households will be accommodated, And imagine we be able to fund the construction of probably 1,000 houses in each state of the federation, for instance. That will create jobs for more Nigerians. That will boost businesses of people who are selling building materials, manufacturers who are manufacturing the building materials. And so the ripple effects can be significant, not just in housing, but in other areas of the economy as well. And that is why Nigeria needs a well-capitalized and strong Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria.
Okay. The improved turnaround time due to the full operationalization of the core banking application, which was a major goal and an achievement today. Would you want to highlight on how the digital shift improved the turnaround time for NHF refunds and mortgage approvals for the average Nigerian?
Yes, thank you. So the core banking application project has been concluded. It has automated the major aspects of the operational areas of the bank. So what that means is that our turnaround time has improved. It's easier for the customer to relate to us. It's easier for the customer to initiate transactions without necessarily coming to the bank. It's also easier for us to process the applications of our customers. So there's no carrying of files up and down. There's no human intervention in the process. Everything is seamless and we can monitor the process. So it can also ensure that all our officers and personnel are on top of their game, because it's just easy to sit at your desk, have your access to your laptop or your desktop, and then at the push of a button, you can make a process happen without necessarily opening files and then going through a 20, 30 page file. So that's made it seamless. And of course, the result of that is that the turnaround time has been drastically reduced. At the last measurement we had, it reduced by 40%. So what took 10 days is now taking 6 days. But that is not the end point for us. The core banking application has been concluded, but that is not all the automation we want as an institution. So some of our other processes, we will still need to automate them so that it's all seamless throughout. So that's one part of it. The second part of it is that we also continue to review our turnaround time. 40% is good, but it's not the best. Can we make a process that used to take 10 days, which now takes 6 days? Can we now even make it 3 days or even 2 days? So it's going to be a continuous journey for us. And the ultimate motivation for that is to make our customers happy and satisfied with our services.
Now, beyond traditional mortgages, products like the rent-to-own scheme, home renovation loans, and the Diaspora mortgage loan have gained traction. How would you rate the performances of FMBN's products and services, and what other products should Nigerians expect in your portfolio?
Yeah, thank you very much. The reason why we have products, so we have the traditional NHF mortgage, and as you mentioned, the rent-to-own, home renovation, the Diaspora mortgage loan. The reason why we have these products is simply to meet the needs of our customers. So when you address the needs of a customer, you develop a product around it so that you can satisfy that need. And it's simply because housing finance or the needs of a customer, one product cannot meet all needs. There are other needs that we've identified, and currently we're working on products that will also key into those needs. As I said, the ultimate goal is the satisfaction of the customer and meeting the customer's needs. One particular area of focus for us is the informal sector in the country. Number one, the informal sector represents a wider pool of Nigerians, not less than 70% of the working population of the country. And they have their own unique challenges. They have their own unique way of doing things. And we're designing products centered around that will key into those products. So one of those needs we've identified, not just for the informal sector, but for Nigerians generally, is challenges they face when they need to pay their rent. So the landlord has given you a demand notice, your rent is due in a couple of months, but then you may not have the full amount to pay for the rent. So we are keen into that as a need as well. So you as an NHF contributor, in the near future, you can sit in your home and just trigger a transaction and say, I need 50,000 or 100,000 or 200,000 or 1 million naira to meet up my rent, which is due in a couple of months. And then within a couple of days, you get the full value of the money. And then for the next 1 year, you can breathe easy because you've paid your rent. We're also looking at a version of the home renovation loan for the informal sector. The formal sector currently enjoys the home renovation loan, but we're looking at the unique needs of the informal sector, and we're designing a similar product to key into their needs as well and key into their circumstances. So we won't be asking them for pay slip because they are the informal sector, and it won't be strict in terms of the loan terms and condition. The loan terms and condition will meet their own unique needs, so that if they want to repay on a weekly basis or they want to repay on a quarterly basis, it's easy for them and it aligns with their cash flow, so that it's convenient for them to repay. And a major aspect for us also is the ethical finance needs of our customers as well. We know as a country we have a diversified population. Not everybody is comfortable with a product that you are paying interest. So people would prefer non-interest products. We're also coming on board with a non-interest mortgage loan to satisfy the needs of those Nigerians who will want an alternative to an interest-based product. So that is why we are coming up with those needs and those products.
And that was the Group Head, Strategy and Performance Management Group of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Oladapo Fakeye, in a chat with Everyone Deserves a Home news correspondent. We will take a short break here. The program continues shortly.
What's happening here?
Ask your friend. The landlord just left here threatening fire and brimstone over rent.
Oh no. The Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria has put in place a process of assisting Nigerian workers to own their own houses without tears through the National Housing Fund mortgage loans.
Without tears?
Yes, all you need to do is register and contribute 2.5% of your salary to the National Housing Fund for 6 months if you're a salaried worker and 1 year if you're self-employed. Then you're qualified to apply for a mortgage loan.
Are you saying a self-employed person like me can obtain a mortgage loan from Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria to buy a house?
Absolutely. As a contributor, all you need to do is identify a property with relevant title documents and approach an accredited primary mortgage bank that will help you package the loan and submit to Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria.
Really?
Yes. Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria have estates they have financed all over the country, which interested contributors can key into.
Where are you going to?
We are going to a primary mortgage bank right away.
For more information, please visit our website www.fmbn.gov.ng. You can also visit any of our field offices nationwide or call
090-3633-2566.
This message is from the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria.
My name is Cho Cho Cho, the Managing Director, Chief Executive, Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Keep listening to Everyone Deserves a Home on radio and on TV on Thursdays at 8:05 p.m. on Saturdays at 7 p.m.
Welcome back to Everyone Deserves a Home radio broadcast, powered by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. Next is Madam Cho Cho Cho. Enjoy this.
Good evening, Oga Jerry. I dey kampe o. My people wey dey hustle for obodo oyibo. Abeg, just drop everything wey dey do now. I wan give you better tori wey go change your life. So, leave everything wey dey do. Make you give me your ear now. My name na Madam Cho Cho Cho, your number one housing aproko. See, I get better update for you now. You wey don dey work for abroad since. Pounds, dollars, euro, they enter your hand. But when they ask you where your house for Naija dey, you go dey look like say you no hear the question. Like my brother colleagues, where they always dey dodge this question until I give am this confirm update when I wan give you now. So yes, I wan give am to you free of charge. Oya, carry your chair, sit down, listen to me, make I tell you something. FMBN get wetin dem dey call Diaspora NHF mortgage loan. You don hear am before? Diaspora NHF mortgage loan. And this one na the golden ticket wey you get to take buy or build your own house for Naija, clean, clear and without stress. See as e dey work. First, you must be Nigerian wey dey stay for abroad. You go come register for the National Housing Fund Scheme (NHF) and you go make contributions for at least 12 months before you fit to apply for this loan. When e reach time to take the Diaspora mortgage loan, you go drop 30% equity of the amount wey you wan collect, and FMBN go balance you 70% loan to build or buy your own dream house. How you see am? E never finish o. You fit collect up to 50 million naira sef, and you get up to 10 years to take pay am small with single digit interest with no hidden charges wahala. My people, na correct deal be this o. With this mortgage, your your property go dey secured and e go dey fully registered for your name. No wuru-wuru, no mago-mago. And na how I go apply now is simple. If you wan apply, make you apply through Primary Mortgage Bank wey go help you process the Diaspora NHF mortgage loan sharply. Exchange rates dey go up, e dey come down. That one, e no dey for this matter at all at all. In case na small business na you dey do for abroad, no worry, you go fit to present your business registration document from the country where you dey stay. My country people wey dey for abroad, hey, na wetin una dey wait for na? This one no be go come o, no be I go do am later matter be this. Na Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria dey give this Diaspora NHF mortgage clean and clear. So make you no dull yourself. Yes, make you no dull yourself because this one na first come first serve. For more information, make you visit www.fmbn.gov.ng to take register. Remember say Naija na home, sweet home. Home sweet home, you know am na as we dey sing am that year. FMBN Diaspora NHF mortgage loan, abroad money, Naija property. Okay, as usual, time don reach. Make Madam Cho 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 pack kaya comot for studio. Until next time, abeg make una enjoy una weekend o. My people, una bye bye o.
Thank you, Madam Cho Cho Cho. And it is on this note that we draw the curtains on today's edition of the program, Everyone Deserves a Home, powered by the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria. For questions or inquiries, send an email to info@fmbn.gov.ng. And on behalf of the executive producer, Mr. Shehu Usman Osidi, Managing Director and Chief Executive of the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, FMBN, the Group Head, Corporate Communications Group, and the entire Everyone Deserves a Home production team, I am Jeremiah Amidu, wishing you a peaceful and restful weekend ahead. Until I come your way again, bye for now.